Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Casual706 here, back with another Transformers unboxing / review. Today I'm covering Transformers, Power of the Primes, Voyager class, Inferno. Now taking a quick look at the packaging, cool artwork as always of Inferno right there, Transformers going up the right side of the package, Generations logo top right hand corner, ages 8+ in 3 different languages down at the bottom. Alright, and on the side of the package here, we have a larger picture of Inferno in his combined mode. As of now, this is an unnamed combiner, so I'm not sure what you would call him. Around to the back of the package here, says it's going to take about 22 steps to transform Inferno from his robot to fire truck mode. And right here, they're showing how you can use the feet as armor or weapons for Inferno. And right down here, they're showing the Autobot Enigma that comes packaged with Inferno. Now over here they got a couple of product placement shots for other toys in the Hasbro line. We have Power Masters Solus Prime, Quintus Prime, and Megatronus. Now all 3 of those were reviewed on my channel, so if you're into those little guys, be sure to check out my reviews on them. Now in the top left hand corner, we got a real quick bio for Inferno. The bio reads, "How will the fearless Autobot firefighter wield the power of the Primes?" Alright. So, since we took a look at the packaging, we're going to go ahead and bust this open and get to the good parts. Alright, now with this guy out of the packaging, we do get a couple of familiar things that we usually get with the Power of the Primes figures. First of all, we get these little art cards. Now, the art card is a little collectible card that has a more full picture of Inferno on the front of it. And on the back of the card, it says that I got the Vector Inferno variant of the card. And he travels forward in time to fight more advanced enemies. Now this guy is also going to come packaged with dual-sided instructions. The instructions are going to be showing how to transform him from his robot to fire truck mode and vice versa. And it's also going to show how to transform him into the center mode for whichever combiner you choose to make with him. Alright, now to the actual figure. Since this is a remake of a G1 toy with the combinability feature, I figured I'd break out the original G1 Inferno to kind of compare the two guys together. Now, you guys can save your comments about my Inferno. This was another one of my flea market finds, picked it up for a couple of bucks. So he's actually missing his hands and weapons, and it's pretty dusty. But for the sake of scale and comparison, I wanted to break them out so we could kind of see what was going on with them. Now, you see that Hasbro kind of tried to keep the same thing going on with the head sculpts here. It's a very similar head sculpt. The G1 has a little more flare out on the side of the face section there. But I think they did pretty good with making the head sculpt for the new Inferno. And it does have the option to combine, so that's always a plus too. Now, they both still have the ladder kind of hanging off of the back there. And the new one is a little bit taller. So, figured it'd be cool to break that out just to give a comparison so you guys could kind of see scale and whatnot. So, put that off to the side now. Now, this guy does come packaged with a couple of weapons. You get the exact same weapons that kind of came with the Defensor combiner. And these weapons are combinable. You take these 2 little rifles here, and you got a little peg on the back of this one, so you can actually peg the front of the rifle into the back of that one. You get a really long gun for a combiner if you want to do that. So, and those guns are displayable in either one of his hands here easily. Just take the guns, plug them into his hands, and there you go. You get 2 rifles in his hands. Now these little things right here are the feet for the combiners, but you can also kind of do some weapon type things. You got a peg on the back side of it here, peg on the top, and then you've got a male 5mm peg right there. So you can kind of plug those into the hands if you wanted to, kind of use them as shields or whatever the case may be. There's not really a lot of holes on this guy other than the hands to display them though. So you'd have to kind of plug it into the hand and use your imagination for whatever you might say that would be. He's also going to come packaged with a little Autobot Enigma right here. And this doesn't transform or anything. It's just a little hollow plastic place holder kind of thing. So And what you can do with that is you take that and plug it into the little foot thing here. It's extremely loose though. It doesn't grab or click into it at all. But you can plug them into these little things, kind of giving it more power. Now we're going to take a look at this guy himself. Articulation with this guy, he's got some nice tight ratcheting joints up here for his arms. You'll be able to get a full rotation out of those. After those shoulder joints, you don't have a bicep swivel on this guy. You actually kind of get a swivel point at the elbow section here. So you'll be able to rotate that around, as well as having it's a ratchet joint on that. So you get a nice ratcheting elbow bend. Now the hands are pre-molded hands that have little 5mm ports in them so that you can put 5mm ported weapons into his hands. Other arms are going to be the same scenario. We're going to come down here to the legs. If you move this huge ladder backpack section out of the way, you can get some nice high kicks forward and backwards with this guy. He's got real tight ratcheting joints right there at the hip, kind of. And then after that joint, or after that ratcheting joint, you got a little swivel point right about the thigh section. So you'll be able to rotate that around. And then he's also going to have a knee bend there. Now the little foot thing down here, again for transformation, kind of moves around. So maybe you could kind of use that to help you out with posability as well. So, really nice figure, nice red paint job, yellow kind of popping out in the accents. Chrome stickers right there at the waist. Really shiny black plastic. I like the paint on this guy. Alright, so to transform this guy into the fire truck, we're just going to turn these legs to the side here. Go ahead and get these arms out of the way. Going to kind of collapse onto themselves here. They kind of lift up and tab back in right there. Going to do the same thing with that other leg. It's going to kind of lift up and tab in a little bit higher on it. And I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and kind of get these together. We got some tabs on the inside of the leg, so that's going to tab into there. So make sure you line that up pretty good. There we go. Now the little feet here, they're going to come on down. They're on a double hinge, so you lift that hinge out, then bring it down. It's going to peg into the front. And there's our little front to our fire truck mode there. We're going to take this little chest section, pull it down so it's facing that way. Then the wheels are going to come around to this side. Fold that arm up onto the back wheel there. Same thing with this other arm. Well, we're going to fold the head down into the chest there. And then we get this other arm up into place here. And got some tabs on the inside right here. You're going to kind of line them up, get them all tabbed together. And we're going to go ahead and fold that out to the front here. And then we're going to kind of bring it back again to the back there. So we can keep these little wings up right here. And if I'm not mistaken, this is going to basically be the fire truck mode here. Having some rolling issues. All of my wheels aren't touching the ground. Of course, I don't know, I guess it's all right. It rolls with some of the wheels skipping over, at least mine does. So, rolls around cool though. But that's the little fire truck mode. And if you wanted to, you got Power Masters and Prime Masters. You could put a Power Master in the front to kind of work the water cannon kind of section. All right, now to turn this guy into a torso, I'm gonna get this ladder section out of the way here. Turn these to the side. We're gonna open up, pull these little feet panels away, and they come up to the side there. All right, get your arms around to this side here, and they're actually gonna kind of tab into the back side here, just like that. And do the same thing with that side. And looks like this is gonna be the front of the combiner. Rotate that thing around. There's kind of the front part of our combiner. We're going to bring the ladder down here. Ladder is actually going to kind of come through the legs, folding it around here and then up to the top. It should also kind of tab in to a couple points up here, I think. Yeah, we get it tabbed into the chest. Straighten up these arms so that the little wings on the chest section line up. And then we should be able to get this head. Yeah, open up these two little wings right here. Head's on the back, close the top, rotate it around to this side, and voila. There you have your center mode for a combiner. Now this has the same face sculpt that came with the Defensor combiner set, just a little bit more paint to it. Or that is the torso for a combiner. And that will actually conclude my unboxing / review for Transformers Power of the Primes Voyager class Inferno. If you guys like the video, be sure to click the like button. Also leave me a comment. It's a lot more motivational to do these things when people are leaving comments on your videos. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any Transformer unboxings or cool videos in the very near future. And with all that said, I appreciate the view again, guys. Casual 706, out.